Guys, it's almost 2024, and this has been a great season of Marvel Snap on an individual level for me, especially. I'm currently top 300 in Infinite, and it's a great feat for me. I know some people don't care too much about leaderboards or ranked, but I just want to showcase the top 3 decks that I've been using during the Hellfire Gala season in Marvel Snap. I just want to show how powerful these decks can be, and maybe it will help you climb during 2024, guys. Let's go. Number 3, my top 3. My number 3 deck is Lambie's Bounce Loki. This deck got me from the 1500s of Infinite down to the 800s, and it's a strong deck. It has your classic bounce package where you're looking to use Forge, Maria Hill, Nico early with Falcon and Beast trying to recycle these cards. And then you got the Snow Guard and Loki play, which would make a collector on the field to like a 210 or sometimes even greater than a 210. And you got Loki, guys. Loki is still a powerful card. Cost reduction is a very important game mechanic in Marvel Snap. It's too strong. And then you got Zabu on turn 2 and Werewolf on turn 3. And then with all these cheap little on reveal cards, you can make your Werewolf a 312, a 314. I've seen ones that go to 320. And this is just a great core of cards. It's a tricky deck, I would say. I would think Lambie's Bounce Loki is tricky in the way of you got to understand the bounce package and how to utilize it, and you have to know when to retreat. You got a couple options. You can use just a set Loki where you play Collector down. You maybe play your Loki Snow Guard, and then you try to outwit your opponent with their own cards. My second deck, it's a Ronin deck. Ronin got buffed in the last OTA. This is my twist, my take on a Ronin deck. And you got cards like Maximus, Crystal, Spider-Ham. They are going to enable your Ronin to be a big, beefy guy on the field. Then you got plays like Miss Marvel or Iron Lad on turn 4. And Miss Marvel just allocates a lot of power to spread evenly on the board. Iron Lad can copy your Ronin. You got Killmonger to deal with cheeky 1-drops like Sunspot. Maybe your opponent's Deadpool on turn 6. You have Gladiator. Gladiator is a crazy card. At 3-8, every time I play him, he's destroying something. Obviously, there's downsides. Then you got Doctor Doom as a widespread power. So, to be honest, with this deck, what I like to do is kind of play my turns out. If I know Miss Marvel, I can play her on turn 4. I'll play Miss Marvel, and then I'll play Ronin on one of the lanes, right or left. Then I Doctor Doom, and you're netting a lot of power on the board. Obviously, this doesn't work all the time due to Cosmos, due to a lot of things. Shang-Chi's you got to be worried about. And another play I like to do, why do I have Nico in this list? Why do I have Crystal in this list? I like to combo Nico with my Spider-Ham on turn 2 if that's an opportunity. And sometimes I like to Nico even Crystal. Crystal gets me a draw and also draws for the opponent, making their hand bigger. So that's something I like to do. To be honest, it's a pretty straightforward deck, but with the additions of Nico, Killmonger, Miss Marvel, Crystal, Maximus, I feel like I have a lot of things that I'm able to do each turn, and that's what makes this deck pretty strong. It's just a balanced deck, and I find it more consistent than some other versions that I've seen on SnapFan. It's just a bit stronger of a deck, and this is the list I like. My number 1 deck is Zune's Black Knight Sarah control list, and I already made a highlight video yesterday on this list, and I love this deck. This deck is nasty good. I've been having so much fun with this deck. It's got me through ranks 500 to ranks 300, so this list is the reason why I'm top 300. And guys, I already explained it before, but let's do it again. Quick rundown. Trying to run Black Knight onto the field, maybe turn 1, turn 2, and then you try to Blade or Lady Sif your Magneto or your Infinite. Then the deck kind of runs itself. You can play Ebony Blade on turn 4. You can play Miss Marvel on turn 4. You could play Sarah on turn 5. And then if you have Zabu and Sarah on the field, then you can do Ghost Rider at a 2-3. You can summon an Infinite or Magneto. You can play Ebony Blade as a 2-drop, and you can play Shang-Chi or Gladiator. And you're netting so much power there. Sometimes my total power on the field is like over 60. I feel like I'm playing a Tribunal deck at times. It's just so strong. There's nothing this list can do wrong. It's a very good list. It's an impactful list. And in 2024, I see this list staying the same unless Second Dinner decides to change Ebony Blade. But yeah, that was my number 1 list. It's been a great list. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully you guys have a good New Year's, and thanks for watching. Marvel Snap, they're going to be cooking in 2024, guys. Trust me on that one.